Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Finance with Shashank on Tuesdays. I know that we've been doing a 3-part series of trying to understand how to invest when you're in your early 20s. A lot of you guys had this fear and this problem that stemmed out of that original IGTV video. We've already covered 2 of them. We finished episode 1, which talks about the psychology of investing. We finished episode 2 last week, which spoke about how to identify good stocks in small case and how to make a basket. Now, in today's episode, we're going to take that basket that we did. We created a lot of stocks. We made 3 baskets. We invested all of it in front of you. What we're going to do is, in today's episode, find out whether those stocks are fundamentally good or fundamentally bad. Okay. Now, every time I come and tell you guys something to invest and stuff like that, that is great. It is good. I've done my research, but I want you to learn by yourself also. If tomorrow your friend comes and says, you know what, hey, buy this stock, it's damn good. You should not be like, हाँ मेरा दोस्त ने बोला तो मैंने खरीद लिया. I will never encourage that. You should be like, cool, you've given me this idea of a stock. Okay, I've never heard of this. It's called, say, Exide Industries or Amar Raja Battery or whatever. Okay, let me do my own research and get back to you. But I will not, just because you said right now, buy it, I will not buy it. He might have said it. It might go up next day 5%. But don't get into that game. Do your own research, and then only when you believe it strongly, yes or no, is when you will do the transaction and actually buy it. Okay? So that's the game. So in today's episode, I'm going to talk about the tools that will help you understand how to do fundamental analysis of a stock, to figure out whether a stock is good or bad, and only then you can take a decision of investing. This is something that I do in my pro leagues. This is something that I teach in my own cohort-based classes, but I'm going to show you a small brief or window into it, because obviously I can't show you everything that they learn, but I'm going to show you how they understand this and how they, by the end of the 3 months, they learn directly under me and they ensure that they know how to find damn good stocks, and in fact in the end they give me stocks to invest in, right? So that's how I like it. So cool, we're gonna see that. See you guys in this episode. Roll the intro.
Follow your passion might be a perfect question to ask and might have a perfect answer when interpreted right.
Let's start tracking which stocks can actually go up and go down, or which stocks have an advantage with the vaccine coming out.
Why it would have been more expensive to fake a moon landing back in those days. It's quite an interesting video to watch.
The economic activity created from the App Store alone is worth $500 billion.
So let's move on to the next question.
Man, it was too easy.
Too easy, no? Why didn't you answer?
So guys, so I'm going to do a lot of screen share again today, but this might be slightly a longer episode, but it'll be value packed. You'll have a lot of value added things in this episode, so I want you guys to watch it. I'm going to go through a few websites that you should definitely go through in your own free time and watch it. The first website, I'm going to screen share it right now. The first website, which I think all of you know, is called Moneycontrol.com. Okay. Now again, this is a pre-recorded video, not a live video, so the stats and the numbers of Sensex will be slightly different from what I actually show you. But that's not the point. I'm going to show you how to identify and understand good stocks. Okay. So the first website is called Moneycontrol.com. I'm a pro member, so it says pro, but it was very cheap. I got it in some offer for 365 rupees for 365 days. But Moneycontrol is something that I like a lot. The reason being, it gives you so much information in one area, right? And all the updated news, the latest news is all updated on Moneycontrol first. So if you look at the market right now, which is again the same day, which is 18th or 19th of Friday, the market is doing really bad. It actually fell more than we just spoke about. We saw recently that Nifty was down 75 points. Now it's down 150 points. Remember, we just invested the small case as well, which was 200 rupees down. So I don't know how much it might have gone down, but in a falling market, I like it. It's good. It also gives you a lot of information. So what I usually like to do is go to any stock. Say for example, one of the stocks that we were tracking in our small case, tell me a name. Let's say Lotus Labs. Okay, chalo, let's go to Lotus Labs. Let's see how this stock has performed. Why is it performing so well? Why is it so good, etc. Now, if you look at Lotus Labs, if you come to moneycontrol.com, you will see that they have a lot of things like strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So in the strengths, it talks about good financials. Okay. Weakness, promoter holding is slightly decreased, which is not that great. Broker upgraded recommendation opportunity, which means you have a chance to make more money. We will find out what all of this is. Okay. You might slightly get confused with Moneycontrol video or this Moneycontrol website, but I believe that you should just simply go and play around with the websites that I recommend. Okay, you do your own research and you find out how the website looks, how the website works, but I'm going to tell you what are the important things that are there in the website. Okay, Moneycontrol is something that I use for basic research. You see the chart pattern that is uptrend, which is good. This is a 1 year chart pattern which is in uptrend. Let me do this 1 year. Let me check 1 year. Yeah, 1 year chart pattern is in a beautiful uptrend mode, which I like. Okay, if you go down to MC Insights, you will see the same thing. There's a lot of data here which you can read, which you can watch. Okay, then also it gives you the news of their entire anytime they come out with any kind of news that they're buying someone, or their profits or results have come out, they keep doing an update. This is the most toxic place that I've seen, which is called the forum, where there's only spam and there's always manipulation happening in the forum. So please stay away from that. These are all the broker research reports. Now these are very important. I will come to this. There's another website that I use to do this. I will show you that. But these are broker research reports where you can see that all these people like Daulat Capital, Motilal Oswal, ICICI Direct, all of them have said that the current price, a recommended price that they had when they gave this research report was around 345, and they all predict that the price will go to 426, 470, 440 in a span of 365 days. Means 1 year mein itna jayega. Now 1 year mein itna jayega, look at the current rate. It is at 364 and they're saying it will go up to 400, which is again around 440, which is almost 20-25% jump is what they're expecting that this would go up to. Then they also have a lot of other information, and you can see the financials here and stuff like that. So this is why I like Moneycontrol. It gives you a lot of information basically. Okay. And apart from that, you can also see all the news updates. Moneycontrol, most important, I'll tell you what I look at. Okay. Before the market opens in the morning, if you open Moneycontrol, they come out with one article. It's usually here, which said things that happened while you were sleeping. Okay, 15 things to look at in the market when you were sleeping. It usually comes here when you open Moneycontrol in the morning or in the late night also. I usually watch it in the late night, but it usually comes in this part. But lot of things, look at that. Low interest rates critical for survival of banks by KV Kamath, who's a very interesting person. Lot of things that you can learn from Moneycontrol. You can read a lot of articles. You can look at all the IPO section. The new Haranba Industries is coming. So Anand Rathi says subscribe to it. So a lot of things on Moneycontrol, right? Amazing stuff on Moneycontrol. You can watch that. This is the website number 1 that I recommend. Okay. Now, if you want to do more detailed analysis into a stock, try to find your own kind of screeners, right? You want to put your own parameters and find out good stocks. The next website that is there is called Tickertape. I don't know how many of you have heard of this, but the website is called Tickertape. Now, Tickertape is basically a website by, let me go back home. Tickertape. Tickertape is another company of Zerodha itself. I told you, right, nowadays there's so many tools in your arsenal that you can use to do research about stocks. Okay. Now Tickertape is another company by Zerodha. Invested by Zerodha. It's another sister company of Zerodha. They do a lot of things like screener. They have a market mood index. They work in stocks, ETFs, mutual funds. They have a lot of things, and I'm going to show you one by one. Okay. What is a market mood index? Market mood index is basically what is the mood of the market, whether it is fear, greed, extreme greed, or extreme fear. You know that Warren Buffett says, right? You should invest when everyone is fearful and get out of the market when everyone's greedy. So whenever the market mood index is in greed and extreme greed, I usually try getting out of the market. When it's in fear and extreme fear is when I usually double down. Okay, or else I just do a normal SIP. Okay, so we'll look at what Tickertape does. Now the best part is Tickertape, again, if you want to log in, okay, I'll show you how to do that as well. Okay, I'm logging out. Okay, I'm going to log in, and when you click on login, you can either log in through your normal Facebook, Google, email, whatever, but you can also log in through your broker. Remember, we have all our brokers. Because it's with Zerodha, I'm going to click on Zerodha again, and automatically, because I was logged into Zerodha, it's going to log me into Zerodha. Done, finished. Now I'm logged in. Okay. Now, if you look at my membership, I am already a pro member. I bought it, I think last year. Jan 13th is when I bought it for 1 year 27th, because so I'll tell you a lot of things that pro membership gives you, that it makes you understand how to analyze the stocks even better. So I bought it for 1 year because actually it's slightly cheap also if you think about it. I'll show you the pricing as well. I will go on incognito and show you the pricing, but it's slightly cheap, the pricing. It's not that expensive. Okay. Let me come back to the main thing, which is my holdings. Now because I'm logged into Zerodha, okay, I will do search stocks. Okay, not search stocks. Because I'm logged into Zerodha. Remember that SIP that I had done? Not SIP. The small case that I had done last week. The 36,000 rupees small case. So that is already here. Okay, it can show me my PNL and stuff like that. And if you look at my orders, nothing is there right now. But if you look at my holdings, I have my 36,000 small case here. Now it says my stocks are 0, but my small cases are 3. And look at this. Bam. my 30,000 small case, my 1,000 small case and my 5,000 small case, everything's here, already here, right? Because it's all integrated in the same platform, it's very easy for me to jump from one platform to another to do some research on it. And if I click on it, it automatically takes me to small case where I've already invested and opens my small case 1,000 platform. Now, let's do one thing. Let's do some research, okay? Let's go to small case 30,000. Okay, let's look at the one that we have highest weightage in, okay, which is that Deepak Nitrate. So this is the current portfolio that's going on, 62 rupees negative right now because market is in that downward trend. But look at Deepak Nitrate is still up even in a bad market, okay, today. What has gone down the most? Navin Fluorine, which is fine. The weight of Navin Fluorine is only 8%. I'm looking at my Deepak Nitrate, which is 33%. Now I want to do research on Deepak Nitrate. I want to know whether Deepak Nitrate is good, bad, ugly. Let's figure it out. So I go to Tickertape, okay, I go to stocks and I write here Deepak. Okay, it's already here. Deepak Nitrite. Okay, nitrate. Okay, Deepak Nitrite. I'm going to click on it. Once I do that, it opens this page. Okay, it opens this page where you can see that there's place order, but we will not place order right now because I'm still not done with my research. I want to do my research. So first thing that I usually do, I want to see the trend of this company. I want to see a 1 year trend. Let's quickly look at 1 year trend. If it's upwards, that means I like this stock already. Okay, that means it's giving me returns. If I'm an investor who's holding for at least 1 year, see how in 1 year it always gives you returns. If you were scared, in the market and you had bought it in 532 in March 3rd and if it had fallen, you would have exited. It's almost a 50% drop. You would have exited. You would have been like, shit, my money is gone. But all the people who bought it here at 520, exited at 324 with almost a 40-50% loss, would have lost out on so much because from here, it has doubled. Right? If you had bought at 510, within the span of one Feb to another Feb, it would have been 1,300 rupees right now or 1,266 right now. So that's why I said the power of saving is so important. The power of holding good fundamental stocks is super important. Okay. First of all, I'm going to save this into my watch list. Okay. I'm going to create an equity watch list. I'm going to call it Shashank growth. I love growth stocks. Okay. I'm going to add this into my growth watch list. Now, let's look at all the things that are there. Okay. Now on the left hand side, you will see intrinsic value, which means is the current value of the stock overvalued or undervalued. Whether it's giving you a return which is better than your FD, at least it should give you more than 6-7% return or 5-6% return. Does it give you a lot of dividend? No. I like companies that don't give dividends if it's a growth company. Why? A lot of people ask me why. Is if a company gives out dividends, it means it's giving out the revenues that it's earned, it's giving back to me and you, right? I say, don't give it back to me. You take that money, put it back in your company, make another plant and then grow your company even more. Just keep growing. Because if you grow, for me, my stock price goes up and I'm very happy. Okay. Now, if you look at a 5-year chart, look at the 5-year chart. Again, good growth. Even if I invested here, 2016, in 16 to 17, it's already double, tripled, then again double, tripled. It just kept going up and I like such stocks. If I do an SIP, let's see what happens. If I do an SIP also, it is super beneficial. So if this is a minimum SIP of 100 rupees that they've done. Okay. If you had invested in SIP of 100 rupees over a period of 5 years, your 6,000 rupees would have been 40,000 rupees through an SIP. Insane. 554% returns. Okay. Now let's look at why. Why is this giving so much returns? Now here it is in a chemical segment, commodity chemical segment. It is a mid-cap company with a market cap of around 17,000 crores and it is a low risk stock, which is things that I like looking at. Okay. The PE ratio is 29. The PE ratio is basically price to earnings ratio. You should always compare the PE ratio to the sector PE ratio to see whether it is at par with the sector or it is trading at a very high valuation. Okay, so 29.32 is the PE ratio of this company. The sector PE is 29.57, so it is at par, which is good. Okay, fine. Okay, now we have something called as forecast and rating. Okay, you can look at the forecast and rating. Let's look at detailed forecast. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure if this is a pro function or not, but because I'm using both, but I will show you what is there in pro as well. Okay, now analysts have suggested in that investors can buy this stock. Okay, now these guys, the Tickertape team has a forecast rating. They feel it's slightly higher valued. So even if it goes higher, it will come down by 3%. You can download all of the forecast Excel sheets and figure it out by yourself if you want to. Okay, they have this earnings forecast, they have revenue forecast. So in the revenue forecast, they actually say how much revenues you get, and all of the values are in 1,000 crores. Don't forget that. Okay, so if you see that the revenue is constantly going up, 17, 18, 19, 20 gone up. 21, obviously we had the bad year of March, but again the stock price has not gone down. Stock price is still going up. That means a lot of thing is there for this stock. If you look at earnings per share, which is very important for individual investors like me and you, EPS, okay, earnings per share from 7 rupees, okay, gone up to 12, 44, and then they're assuming that it's going to go up even more. So if earnings per share goes up, the price per share also will go up because it is a good stock. Okay, let me go back to overview. And here there is something called Pro. Let me click on Pro and check what is there in this. Okay, in Pro it says default probability. What is default? Means a company stock will go to zero, or this company will not be there anymore. Like Lakshmi Vilas Bank, like DHFL, it will not be there anymore. So the probability of this is not there. Okay. Poor performance, some quality check. You can check whether the quality is good or bad. Growth score. This is among the top performers in the growth score. I like growth score performance. I want this. Yeah, I should find a way to find out how to get more growth score companies. Okay. So this is the Deepak Nitrite brand that you see. I'm back in overview. Oh, by the way, this is the Pro function. Okay, let me check if I go to basic. Okay, cool. I'm at basic now. Now, after coming back here, we check the detailed forecast. Okay. Now we have the company profile. It also has the investor presentation. Now, investor presentation is so important, guys. I'll tell you why. Investor presentation, let me open it for you. I'm going to do everything live for you guys to read it. Investor presentation is basically a document put out by the company, by Deepak Nitrite, to show all the financial highlights and the future plans of the company. Okay. So here it gives you the financial highlights. We will go into finances in a bit. It gives you the financial highlights, so much financial highlights, the message from the MD. Okay. Now this is important. It shows you the segment performance. Okay. Segment performance of basic chemicals, specialty chemicals, performance products, and phenolics. It shows you how much domestic exports, domestic versus exports, how much revenue they make from there. Key developments, they got a good rating from CRISIL, which is CRISIL A1 rating, which is great research report. Okay. And then they give you something about Deepak Nitrite. Again, you go down, you look lot of this information. Capital employed, revenues, little presentation is bad. I would have done it slightly better, but still can't complain. Profitability analysis. This is where you read a lot and become an expert in understanding how a share works. Okay. Then we go find its peers. Okay. The peers are Sumitomo Chemicals, Castrol, Linda, lot of other peers that are there. Peers basically means the people in the same industry that are competing against Deepak Nitrite. Now, this is important. Okay, let me open it up even more. This is very important for me to understand. Financials. Okay, if the company is not good financially, it is not good for me as well. I want company that is constantly growing every single time. Now let's look at the growth. First thing that we look at is revenue. Paisa kitna bana raha hai. Okay. 17 they made 1400 crores. 18 they made 1600, which is a growth. 19 they made 2700 crores. That means a massive jump. So you need to understand why. Don't just be happy कि हाँ बड़ा हो गया क्यों. You have to find out. Maybe some new plant opened up, plant and machinery, maybe something opened up. And then in FY20 you see that it is 4,200 crores. So it's actually doubled from 27 to 42. That's why you see that the stock price also is doubled. Okay, but let's look at the EBITDA margin. EBITDA margin is basically interest before earnings, tax, depreciation and amortization. Now you want to learn more about this, you have to come and join my Pro League for that. I don't teach all this for free normally when I do the Pro League. That's a 3-month cohort. But I'm going to teach you a lot as much as I can on YouTube itself without destroying that. Okay. EBITDA basically means I got some revenue. Uske baad all my expenses are gone. Before my taxes and my whatever I pay interest, loan interest and taxes, uske pehle whatever my expense, like I have to pay for my material, and I have to pay for my employees, etc., etc. All that goes away. After that, I still have so much money saved. So if you look at the EBITDA, also it's growing from 210 to 432, doubled, and from 432 it's become 1000, which is even better. And finally, we come to net income after your taxes and after everything you've given. How much is there in your bank account? 611 crores from last year's 173. Amazing growth. So if this is a growth company and it keeps growing like this, you know that your money will double, triple, obviously, right? EPS, which is again very important, 44.79 compared to 7.79 3 years ago. This is a massive, fast growing stock. Okay. Now, you can look at their annual reports. Annual report is pending. Investor presentation has been given for both quarters. This was the income, which is the profit and loss account. Now look at the balance sheet. What is balance sheet required? Balance sheet is mainly to find out how much, lot of other things are the health of a company, but I usually use balance sheet to find out how much loan they have. If the company has a lot of loan, it is a little scary for me. They might default, they might not pay their loan. But in a fast growing company that's making a lot of EBITDA, that's making a lot of revenue, debt should not be a big problem unless the debt is very high. So I want to look at what the debt is. Okay. Now if you go here, you can see the balance sheet over here. You can current assets. Okay, you can, if you're an accounting guy, you will understand this. If you're not, you can read this book called Romancing the Balance Sheet by Anil Lamba, which talks about all of these things in a very simplified format. So I'm going to break it down. Assets I don't want to look at. Okay, I don't want to look at assets. I want to look at only the liabilities. Okay, let me go down. Total current liabilities. Look at this, long-term debt. This is the loan. They have 792 crores in debt. I'm okay with that. The company is making 611 crores in net revenue per year, and they have 792 crores as debt in a year. And if you look at it from 19 to 20, they have actually reduced some of their debt. Oh no, they've increased it slightly. No, they've reduced it. 869 crores last year tha, abhi 792. That means they're slowly removing their debt also, which is again good. Okay, so that is how you see it. I usually come here and just see this. You want to see other things, you can look at non-current liabilities, current liabilities, everything, whatever you want, right? Up to you. You can, that's why I said you need to come here and start playing around with the software. Only then you will understand it even more. Okay, this is why I look at balance sheet. And the third most important thing that I like to look at is cash flow. Again, free cash flow is something that I look at, which is very important. And even if you look at here, higher than industry free cash flow. Free cash flow basically means this is the complete free money that I have in my account after everything in a year ending. Bank account mein full free kitna hai after paying my loan, interest, tax, employee, sab kuch chhod chhad ke, how much is free? 347 crores. I can do whatever I want with it. Can I buy in more plant and machinery? Yes. Can I just reinvest it somewhere and keep it growing? Yes, I can do that. So 47 crores, super important again to watch. Okay. Now, okay. Going back to overview, let's go back and check. Okay, then we have the recent news again, which is similar to other platforms. We have recent news, we have events, which talks about when the next thing is coming. So that they had a dividend which was announced on March 16, 2020 last year of 4.5 rupees per share. So they show you that as well. You can also see the promoter holding. You can go to click on detailed holdings. Okay, so I'll go through these tabs only instead. It's better. So now promoter holding, why people look at. Right? If I'm a owner of a company, a stock listed company, and if I'm selling my shares in the market, means it's a concern. It's a scary thing, right? Because the founder only is selling and going, he doesn't have faith in his company. But if I'm a founder who's buying more shares in the market, means it is damn good because I'm buying more shares, means I have more faith in my company, right? So promoter holding is very important to watch. A lot of people also watch mutual fund holding. If mutual funds come and start investing in a company, that means they have faith in the company that will grow. And mutual funds do a lot of research, okay, before they invest. They're not stupid people. So if mutual funds come, it is great. Foreign institutions come, it is great. So look at this. Mutual funds 9% holding in Deepak. Foreign institutions 13.26 in Deepak. These are considered good things to watch. And retail is me and you, okay, only 30%. Okay, rest of them is owned by them. Now you can compare it to the previous one. Let's look at September. Okay, September they had 10% mutual funds. This time they have 9%. So someone has exited. But FIIs were 12% last time. This time it became 13.26. So it has become more and FII are coming in. Okay. Now you can look at insider and bulk activity. Insider information means if the promoter is buying stock, or if some employee is buying stock, or promoter's friend is buying stock, or one of the employee itself is trying to buy more stock from the market, straight away you can come to know and buy it there. Okay, now this is a part of that. So you can see that there are no insider and bulk activities happening in Deepak Nitrate right now. So good. Now if you go down, see this straight away, small cases, right? Now this is not the small case that I created, but these are the small cases that were there in the growth high Kager small case, which was there at growth at fair price. If you look at this inside, there is growth at fair price here, there is naked trader, there's another magic formula, and you can just open all the small cases here. You can click on it, it'll go to your small case website. See how everything is integrated and it's so easy. So just open your Zerodha account and open your small case account, open a Tickertape account, everything just synced across. You can start doing all your research here. Okay, all the links, don't worry if you're confused, I'll put everything below in the description. I'll put a Zerodha account opening link also below. I will put a Tickertape link also below if you want to open it from there. Then I will also put the small case links below with my basket and the download link. You can just do whatever you want, right? Up to you. News. Again, news similar, we show you all the news, and then the events come, which talks about all the different kind of events that are there, which is corporate actions, announcements, legal announcements, everything, which is about Deepak Nitrate. Now, this was only a stock that we found out or we researched about. There are so many other things like mutual funds, indices, okay, like for example, if you want to look at any ETF, so let me just do Nifty, okay. Nifty automatically will show me so many ETFs that are there. This is something that we used in one of our small case, Nifty India 50 ETF, 159 rupees. This is something that we bought, right? If you don't remember, I will go back to my small case, okay. It is there in my investments. In the investments, I will go to 1000 small case because it was inside 1000. Nifty India 50 Bs ETF, I'm just checking it. Nifty 50 Bs ETF, yes, this is the one, okay. This is not growth. I'll create another equity watch list. I'll call this ETF watch list. Mind my spelling. Okay, I'll add it here. Now again, I want to look at 5-year chart. Trend, beautiful. Okay, 1-year chart, obviously it's going to be beautiful. Great. SIP, because that's what we were planning to do. Beautiful. No attention, no problem. Who are the peers in this market? If you don't want Nippon India, you want ICICI Prudential, SBI, Kotak, you can do all of that. It shows you the expense ratio, shows you how much error, how much liquidity is there, so you can buy or not. If you want to track between each other, it's almost always the same. There's no much difference because everything is replicating the Nifty 50 index. So if Nifty is going up, you are also okay. Let me go back to overview. Okay. Go down, you can see all the peers, you can see the real-time NAV. NAV is basically the price that you will buy it at. Expense ratio, category expense ratio. So you can see that the category expense ratio is quite high and this is at a cheaper rate, so I would buy this. AUM, which is called assets under management. That means how many people have invested, around 2,800 crores worth of money people have invested in this ETF alone. Okay, and if you want to buy it, you just click on place order and buy now. Okay, I will show you all that. Aram se. Now we saw that, then you have indices. What is an indice? Okay, let me go back to home and then go back to indice. Okay, if I click on indices, which is Sensex. Okay, these are again ETFs that you want. If you want to look at a Sensex ETF, it is here. Okay, then we have mutual funds as well. Search for mutual funds. Let's say ELSS, Baroda ELSS fund, or what I usually invest in is Axis Bank long term. This is a tax-free fund, long-term growth equity fund. This is what I invest in. Every year I invest for ELSS in this, the ATC that I do. 5-year graph, look at this, beautiful. I'm making money obviously on this every year. Even if I do an SIP, I will be making money on this every year because it keeps going up. Even if you look at the max chart, it has always given me returns. So if people are saying, so all the people who are actually scared about the future, don't be. Look at this. I'm showing you things that are just so obvious that if you just hold it, and this is not some data that I am cooking up. This is public data that is available for you to figure out, and it is always understood. If the market is going up over time, if the market always goes up, then your stock, if you choose the right one, will also always go up, right? So always think about it from that perspective. Do not get scared too much. That's why I keep saying, don't get scared. Okay. Here, if you want, you can calculate tax implications. You have tax. This is a lock-in, so I'm not going to go deep into this. Let me find some other mutual fund if you want to see, but you can just research all your mutual funds here. Okay. Imagine I want to do a large cap mutual fund. I want, say, HDFC because it's safe. Okay. I don't want dividend. I want growth. Okay. Let's just look at IDFC large cap growth. Dividend means you'll keep getting money back. I only want growth which will show growth like this and keeps increasing my money, right? Now, if I do an SIP, so this calculates your returns after tax if you do an SIP. Imagine investment period is 1 year. Monthly SIP, because a lot of you guys want a lesser one, I'll do 1,500 rupees. Expected growth rate, it's calculating their own growth rate of 25. Okay, this is 16.81. Let me put 16.81. Zyada nahi dalne ka. Whatever is there, you have to put that only. For 1 year. Okay, so in 1 year, if I invest 18,000, I make 1,700 rupees, which is almost 10 to 10%, and I make totally 19,000 at the end of the year, which you would have obviously gone and spent partying somewhere. Now, if I increase the number of years, okay, from 1 year to 10 years, see the magic of compounding. See now how your blue part, which is invested, was only 1.8, but your returns is now 159%. This is the power of compounding. Same thing, I'll go back. 1 year, blue is more because you're investing more and your returns are less. Do that. You're investing the same amount, but your returns are massive. Obviously, you have to pay small tax also, which is fine. Now, keep this for 30 years. Power of compounding. 30 years. Okay, if you invested some small amount, you would make 1.5 crores on it. Right? This is the power of compounding. 1,500 rupees, this is monthly investment till the rest of your life. Nothing it is. Okay? This is how it is. Now let's look at one more thing which I like a lot, which is screener, which I use a lot. Now I'll show you how that works. What is a screener? Screener saying I want to find a few stocks. Well, I have a few parameters. I'm like, okay, I want growth rate to be this much. I want this to be that much. I want to find a few parameters. I want this. I want that. And if these are there, it give me so many stocks that fit these criteria, fit these parameters. So let's do a quick parameter screen. Okay. Now let's go to stock universe. I will choose Nifty 500. I want the top 500 companies in Nifty. Okay. Sector, I don't care. I'm only going to look at financials. Market cap, I want the company to be minimum 500 crore because I don't want it to be such a small company that won't work. Maximum can be whatever it is, but minimum I want 500 crore. That's not my lookout. Closing price, I don't care. P ratio for now I don't want. Okay. Now I want to add my filter. The first thing that I want to add is I want the revenue growth. If a company has to grow, means revenue has to grow. So okay, so let's go to finances. Okay, over here, it's there in income statement or is it there? Profitability. Okay, now in profitability, oh, it's not in the profitability. One second, let me find where I want to basically find growth. Is it in growth? Okay, perfect. Last 5 years historical revenue growth. This is what I want. Okay, I'm going to click on this. Where is it now? Okay, last 5 years historical revenue growth. I want high. High means I want 20% growth minimum. If the company's revenue is going by 20%, I want that in my list. Done. Finished. I don't think too much about it. I want the profit to grow. Last 5 years should be good. Now I want operating margins also. Let's see if there are margins here. Okay, I want anything that is related to growth. Okay, last 5 years EPS growth also. Okay, earnings per share has to be good. I want EPS growth. Okay, let's look at it. EPS growth percentage, I want high again. Minimum 20% growth. Cool, done. Okay, next. After this, I want something known as, let me check if OPM is there. No. After this, I'll tell you what I want. I want return on equity. Okay, financial ratios, not financial. Debt to equity ratio also I need. Okay, I will show you debt to equity ratio because I don't want the company to have a lot of debt. Okay, so I want company's debt to equity ratio to be low. Okay, not even this much. This is too high. No. 20%. I want debt to equity ratio to be 50% minimum. Okay, 20 to 50%. 20 to even 100 is okay. Which is 0 to 100 is better. Okay, so I'm just showing you how I find stocks like this. Okay, 0 to 100%. Debt to equity ratio, even if it's 1:1, I'm okay with that. Okay, so profitability, I want return on equity. Now I like high return on equity because I want my equity to grow. So I want high return on equity, which is 15% minimum. Okay, good. I want return on assets also. ROE and ROA is what I look at a lot. Okay, so ROA also I want this. Okay, let me click on ROA. Again, I want high, 10% minimum. Okay. Now, what else is there? Return on equity, return on assets. My revenues I've seen, which is high. Debt to equity ratio I've removed. Last 5 years EPS growth should be there. Last 5 years this growth should be there. Minimum market cap is 500. Actually, even if let me remove Nifty and let me just see everything. Okay, now this is a basic parameter that I've done. There are a lot of parameters that you can still do, but I'm saying these are the basic parameters because I want to see which are my growth stocks. This is the growth parameter. Automatically you look at this. Okay, it is filtered by market cap. Okay, you can export it if you want, but this is filtered by market. Look at this, Deepak Nitrate directly on top, number 2. Okay, this is how I find out. Sumitomo, this is a competition of Deepak Nitrate. Again, it's here. Okay, Affle India. We all know Affle India. If you look at Affle India's chart, in 1 year it's given 162% return. Affle India is really good. Okay, there are a lot of these stocks. You will see that the 1 year return will be very high. Look at this, 1 year return, 1 year return, 1 year return, 1 year return. These are all why? Because these are all growth stocks. Okay, now this is not in the 1 year return parameter. That means I will not look at it. This is just a parameter for me to find out what is good, what is bad. Now I want something which is growing very fast. Okay, last 5 year revenue growth is good. Now HLE Glass Code, it is only at 2,500 market cap. HLE Glass, 1 year it has given good returns. I'm going to add this to my watch list, which is Shashank Growth. Done. Apollo Tricoat, again very good company. I'm going to add this here. Okay, I'm going to check Kaplan Point. I've heard a lot about this company. I don't want to place order. Wait, Kaplan Point, watch list, Shashank Growth. Okay, I'm going to just add like this. Now I've done the screener. Now, if this is the way you do screeners, okay, now if you don't want to do screeners and you don't understand screeners and you want to be like, you know what, I don't want to do the screeners, you only tell me what screener to do. Okay, click on all screens on top. And here in the premium part, if you're a premium member, you can see all the screens. If you're not a premium part, you can see the basic ones like money minters. Okay, there is something called money minters which make a lot of money. And you can look at it, what they're doing. They've chosen 125 subcategories. They put 5 filters totally. Okay, they've put cash conversion cycle, means cash kaise aane wala hai. This is money. OCF growth is operating cash flow growth. Okay, that means it's basically pure cash business. Kaun sa acha hai. And if you look at that, MCX is obviously a cash business. You can find out what is growth, what is not growth in this also. This is a way to find out some stocks. Okay, low debt mid caps means low loan mid cap stocks. You can check that as well. So many are here. Now, if you want premium screens that you have to pay for, which I told you, I'll show you because I'm a premium member. I can show it to you. If you look at this, there are a lot of these other schemes, right? So this, don't look at operating, don't look at future and short. Okay, there's Jamaican sprinters. They want market cap which is greater than 5,000, RSI Exponential. Again, these are all future and options. Wealth emissaries, buy recommendations, and golden geese. Oh, this looks really nice. Average 5-year return on equity is good. 5-year historical revenue growth. Again, this is something that we did. EPS growth is also something we did. Operating cash flow growth and premium was, oh, this looks good. Let me load this up. Let me see which stocks are here. Wow. Okay, guys. Do you see something familiar here? This is the stocks that are loaded from this amazing screener called Golden Geese. Out of that, we have Deepak Nitrate, which is already there in our portfolio. You know that, right? We have Granules India, also there in our portfolio. 1 year, 87% return. Then we have Alembic Pharma, which is also there in our small case. So most of the stocks that I've picked are there already. And there are still so many stocks. Now, if you want to invest in these stocks, these are all growth stocks. KNR Construction, good growth. Bandhan Bank, not a good growth. Banks, I would stay away. I usually stay away right now. But these are how you find out stuff. Okay, these are in the screen. So you can make your own screeners. It's okay. You can do whatever you want. Now, these are stock deals. You can click on deals and go here to see insider deals. Bulk deals, as they call it. Now, look at this. In Berger Paints, 18th Feb, which was yesterday, there was some guy called Anirban Chakraborty, which was a designated person by the company, bought only 20 quantity. Not important for us. But we want to see big buying and selling, big quantity buying and selling. Okay. So, and that you can see with big companies buying and selling. So, if you click on this, no, wait, let me do this. Transaction type. No, I don't want to buy. I want to see bulk deals. Okay, these are bulk deals that happen on 17th Feb. You can see the number of quantity that someone's buying and selling here. It's always good to keep a track on this, because sometimes what happens, some big person will come and sell and you won't even realize, or come and buy and you won't even realize. And sometimes big companies come. Say for example, stock party, Mukesh Ambani Insider Group. So if I do a stock, say, give me a stock, Tata Motors, because remember Rakesh Jhunjhunwala had come once. So let me just do Tata Motors and see what happens. Okay, look at this. You can see all the people trading here. Tata Sons, by the way, 29 Jan just bought, whoa, Tata Sons Private Limited just bought 2,600 crores worth of Tata Motors on 29 Jan. I'm pretty sure most of you all didn't know this. Okay, keep going down and you will see again Tata Sons bought on 1st December also. So they're constantly buying. N. Chandrasekhan, who is the director, bought 2 lakh shares. Tata Sons. So you can see how people are buying constantly over here. Bulk deals. This is how you can understand. It's always good to read about this and understand how it works, but you should definitely do some research into this as well. Okay, if you don't want to do this, you just don't want to do this and you just want to do party and say Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. See this here. So you can see all his stocks that he's buying. Okay. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. But I'll tell you a better place to see this. I have another website that I usually see this. So this is basically what Tickertape does. Basically it integrates. Why I like using it or why I use it sometimes is because it's very easy, because it's all integrated here. My small case is integrated into this. This is integrated into that. Now let me show you my watch list, if the things that I've saved. Okay, I've saved these 4 stocks. Let me show you something on how to buy, because you guys might want to know how to buy also. So let me look at something. Deepak Nitrate I've already bought. You guys have seen. Let me buy Apollo. Let me buy Kaplan. Look at this. Market is so down. Kaplan is still up. Okay, let me place order. Let me see this. I don't want to sell. I want to buy it. Just one quantity, just for education purpose. Buy now. Okay, yes, placing orders on Tickertape. This is my kite ID. I have 5 minutes to complete this transactions. Funds required 486. Place order, confirm. This is very similar to how it works in your small case as well. Remember, 6 seconds and then suddenly it says filled. Finished, done. Now I have one share of this Kaplan point in my Zerodha order book as well. Simple. Find stocks, put them in your watch list and then buy. And you want to see where it is, click on this. It will show you that your orders Kaplan point has been done. Okay, your holdings get updated here. Stocks will usually come after 1 or 2 days, but everything else is here. Okay, so we'll keep this and we will hold this and see after 2 years what happens. Now the third thing that I would like you to look at is a company called Trendlyne. Okay, I'll tell you why I look at Trendlyne, why I like Trendlyne. Again, I'm a paid member here, but the Trendlyne, no, I look at the superstars thing. What is superstars? Superstars basically all the big guys, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, Radhakrishnan Damani. You can basically go find out what they're buying, and I usually do this, right? I usually go to I don't look at the top 3, top 4 because they're obviously already too big. I'm looking at the small guys who want to become big in life, like Ashish Kacholia, okay, like Ashish Dhawan. I want to see the small guys who want struggling hard to become big. So if I click on Ashish Kacholia, I can actually see what he's bought, where he's increasing his stake and where he's decreasing his stake. Look at this. So he's recently bought a lot of stake in Kaplan Point. Hey, this is, by the way, just now we bought Kaplan Point, right? See how they're also finding this. So why do I have to do so much research? I can just find out what these guys are doing, right? That's what you guys are thinking. No, that's not good. right? You're not supposed to do that. You are supposed to do your own research. So this guy bought Kaplan Point, bought IOL Chemicals, and bought Paushak, each for around 36-39 crores in this quarter itself, right now, new. Okay, so if he's buying, look at this, HLE Glasscoat also was there in our tracker as a good company. If he's just bought 3 of this, that means it is something good, something we can look out. So I put this in my thing and go to Tickertape over here, and I click on what? I just put IOL Chem. Yes, this is the one. IOL Chemicals. I don't look at the 1-day chart, I look at 5-year chart. Oh wow, good. 1-year chart, not bad. SIP chart, because that is also a long-term game. Beautiful. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Then I go directly to the financial trend, upward financial trend. Profit also increasing upward. Everything seems to look good. Then I obviously go into the financials to dig deeper and figure out whether it's good or bad. Revenue should be growing. It is growing constantly. Look at the EPS is also growing massively. Net income is also growing massively. This is a good stock. Not bad at all. So I like this. Okay, if you don't want an annual view, you want a quarterly view, you can do quarterly view also. It'll start showing you quarterly view like this. Okay, to see quarter to quarter growth. Okay, that's up to you. That's as I said. Chill out, go look at it and figure it out by yourself. And if you want to place order, you can do it from here instead of putting it in your watch list. All you have to do is click on buy now, and the same thing happens. I'm just showing it to you how it works and how fast you can do everything very simply. Okay. So I use Trendlyne for all these things. I use Trendlyne to figure out what happens and what is going on. Okay, to see what happens in what other people are buying, and I should find out what they're buying or not. Acrisil is also something that I put in one of the small cases, which is also a good stock. And the last thing that I look at, I know you guys are getting a little tired, but this is all required, guys. I can't help it. Last thing, download this app, Mint app, and just start reading. I love Mint app because they only talk about finance. See this, Sensex tanks. Nifty below 15, financials drag, oh my god, it's really bad. Okay, so just keep looking and reading at all this. Petrol touches 100 rupees liter in some cities. Here, why it's so costly? Okay, I think I should take such information and make a reels out of it. What do you guys think? Right, because a lot of people would want to know in a quick format why petrol is so expensive. Good idea, no? I should do something like this. I think I should also read more Live and start making reels. Why petrol touch 100? Not the point. Cool. So you guys understood. So 3 things that I look at. One is Moneycontrol.com. One is Tickertape for doing the research of those stocks, and if I want to see what the superstars are holding, I go to Trendlyne and see it. I think it's free to do all this, so you can check it out. Again, I want you guys to go play around these platforms, relax, understand what works. I'll put all the links below so you can guys go check it out easily. So don't worry about that. Any questions you have, put in the link below. Okay. Now I'll just zoom out of this thing so I come into the final segment. So I know you guys are tired. I'm also tired now. It's been constant 3 episodes of understanding how to know stocks, but I want to ask you guys a question, right? We did this for 3 weeks, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Has your knowledge from episode 1 increased as compared to the end of episode 3 right now? Has it increased even by 10% or 15%? If it has, then I've done my job right. If it hasn't, then there's still a lot more things to have to do, right? So if you think that, Shashank, I want you to talk more about something, put in the comments below, or some new topic that you don't understand. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know what ETFs are. A lot of people don't know what bonds are. You know what bonds are, right? Company bonds. So maybe someone wants me to talk about bonds, gold investing, ETFs again. I don't know, right? But my job is to come here and teach you as much as possible, to show you tools as much as possible for you to make good financial decision. But again, all of that in the end is in your hands. You have to learn, you have to make money. I am not asking you anything in return. All I ask you is to become financially smart and don't depend on other people. Okay, I'll keep coming here every Tuesdays trying to teach you a little bit more of what I can from my perspective. Again, there is no compulsion on whatever I say. If I tell you, okay, I feel this is good, doesn't mean you have to go buy it. I'm not a guy who tells you to do this and do that. I always believe you have to do your own research and figure it out. I'm just here to come and teach you, come here and help you understand what finance is and try to simplify finance as much as possible. Again, reiterating the final fact, just like, I'm pretty sure most of you all might have got bored by looking at so much content. So like and subscribe so you can understand when I come on Tuesdays that you'll see me, so you won't miss me too much. Okay, like, subscribe, and then all the links which you want are below. A Zerodha opening link is there, account opening link. If you want to use it, you can. It's there. There's a small case link. There's a Tickertape link. I will put the live mint. I think you can just Google it. Moneycontrol, again, you can Google it. Trendlyne link also I'll put, so you can just go to the website and watch it. Jojo, whatever thing is there to make it easier for you, you can click below and watch it. Go do your own research. Invest smart, and I hope that after watching these 3 episodes, your anxiety or your fear about the future that shit, how can I save so much money, or oh my god, what will I do in the future. I hope that anxiety is reduced a bit. I hope you've become more calm now, and I hope you start looking at things from a very long-term perspective as compared to a very short-term perspective. Don't look at things in a short-term perspective. Long-term is where the game is, guys, not short-term. Please, okay? So I want you guys to start investing at a very early age, because I couldn't do it and I regret it. I want you guys to start investing at a very early age and invest and hold it for a long time. And if you guys hold it for a long time, trust me, after 5 to 10 years, all the guys who actually hold it will thank me one day. And if you come back after 5 years and if I've helped you somehow, or even after 1 year, if you get good returns, come back to this video and comment saying, Shashank, it's been 1 year since this video is over and I have got so much percentage returns. Thank you. And that will make my day, because I get notifications from you guys. Okay. So thank you guys. This is also another pre-recorded video because this is my wedding time and I wouldn't be here. But after this, the next episode, I'm coming with a brand new fresh segment, because this was about investing in your 20s, and that will be live again. So I know you guys missed me a lot, but still, have fun, and thank you for watching me. See you guys.